Let's vibe, let's roll, let's get it. Whoa, shawty showing out, throwing on the dance floor. Fashion killer, huh? You don't give a fuck what a nigga gotta say or a bitch. What?
Hey you guys, it's Naimahrae and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the fam because we stay litty over here. And if you're a returning viewer, hi, how are you guys doing on this very lovely day? The sun is setting. Okay, the sun is setting. Your girl, every time I try to film early in the nice lighting, it don't never work out that way, y'all, and I'm so sorry. As you guys tell by the title of this video, your girl is back with another binge-worthy TV show video. I do these like every 6 months on my channel. I have a whole playlist which I will link so you guys can check it out, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much I am the person who is going to watch all the shows that you don't want to watch. I am an avid binge watcher. I love me a good show. Okay, so I got the second half of my list for this year, and I got some gems on there. I got some gems. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Times have gotten hard. Had to cancel some of my subscriptions, so most of these are from Netflix. However, some of them can be found on other streaming services, which if that's the case, I will let you guys know. But I've also gotten some good recommendations from my friends, my family, and my coworkers, so I'm excited to share all of these things with you guys. So let's just go ahead and get into it, because I know these videos get a little long. Starting off strong with Don. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. It's 2 seasons. It's on Netflix. It's an anime. If you're not into anime, you might not like it. It's about this girl and this guy. They're in high school, and the girl like believes in ghosts and spirits and all that, and the guy is like, no, those aren't real, but aliens are, da 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 da, right? So they ended up meeting. I don't really remember how they met, but they ended up meeting up, and they were like, okay, well, I bet you can't go here, and you know, this, that, and the third for however long, because they said it was haunted. And I bet you can't go here because they said that there was aliens over there, right? So they take each other's bets and they end up doing it. And then some really weird, crazy stuff happens. And somehow, some way, they both walk out of it with like powers, I guess. But from there, it's like they have this very weird friendship. You could tell it's kind of low-key like a love story, but also a comedy. And like they're pretty much trying to navigate their new normal after having those experiences, right? And guys, honestly, one of my coworkers put me onto this. It's really cute. It's a great little like anime watch if you just want a little sprinkle of comedy, a little bit of romance. Like it's cute. Like it is a cute little series. I definitely recommend it for everybody for the most part. I don't think it's like super inappropriate. I definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. I tried to give a nice little rundown without giving too much away because it does get like intriguing. Like it kind of sucks you in because you're at the point where you just like want to know more. And also like the 2 main characters, like I said, they have this underlying like, we're friends, but I kind of like you and I don't want nobody else liking on you, you know what I'm saying? Like they kind of have that going on, so it's kind of like, ooh, it's a great watch, appropriate for all ages. Definitely not for everybody if you're not into anime and you're not into like the supernatural type ghost alien situation. If you're not into any of that, it's not your speed, but it's definitely a good watch for anybody. Like I said, I recommend it, especially if you're getting into anime. I think it's cute and it's easy, kind of sort of easy to follow. Very straightforward. 2 seasons on Netflix. Yeah, the next one I have for Netflix is Forever. Now, everybody knows about Forever. I know everybody knows about Forever. Everybody was talking about Forever. I think this was a cute romance, like, that I feel like we haven't had in a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much about this guy named Justin, this girl named Keisha, and they used to go to school together. They see each other at a New Year's party, and they just click, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I used to like you so much type situation, right? And it pretty much just navigates them like trying to go through relationships in today's day and age, like with like ghosting and how people handle communication, all this and that and the third. And it just like, they're from 2 different areas, 2 different family situation. It's a good show, right? It's a good show. I do feel like, this might be a controversial take, I do feel like it was a little overhyped. I personally think that the storyline was a little bit rushed. However, I definitely still recommend it because I feel like we don't get a lot of like teen romance dramas that are like focused around Black kids. You know what I'm saying? So it was nice. It was a nice change. It was different, and it also touches on mental health. I don't know. I feel like it's a good, accurate representation of how dating in today's age can go. I'm assuming if you're in high school, but also I feel like it still applies like just in general. So I definitely recommend that you give it a watch. It definitely could be for all ages, probably teenagers and up. Really, I don't really see a kid being that interested in it, but teenagers and up, definitely recommend. It's a really good show. I also want to give a special shout out to Justin's parents in that show. Like, they just were handling situations very, very well when it came to mental health, and I really love that. But yeah, I do think the show was a little overhyped. Like I said, people definitely did put it on a pedestal. Let's not get it twisted. Like, out of 10, I give it a solid 7.5, 8. It was good. I feel like the storyline was a little rushed, but like, you could still get the gist. I'm hoping in season 2 they kind of slow it down a little bit. However, I definitely recommend you give it a watch. It was good. The next show I have on my list is Bed. Okay, this one is also on Netflix. It is actually based off of the anime Kakegurui, and pretty much is about this girl who has a gambling problem, and she goes to a gambling school where like your rank is like based on like how well you gamble. And this girl, she likes to risk it all, but she is there with like an ulterior motive to figure out who offed her parents. So it's kind of like following her through that. Like, she's navigating friendships with people. They get to play different little games, and honestly, watching them play the games is actually very fun. If you've seen the anime, it's easier to understand than the anime, and it's not as if you've seen the anime, you know it's not as as the anime, because the anime was very like sexual, y'all. It really was. And I was just like, are these people getting off on gambling? The show is not like that. Like, it hints towards it, but it's not aggressive like how it was in the anime. I definitely recommend it for anybody. I think it's a good watch for teenagers and up. Even if you're not into anime, I think it's a good show to watch. Like I said, the games are interesting. The storyline's pretty interesting. Like, that's all I can say about that one without giving much of it away. It's like a thrilling show though. Like, so like, if you watch it, like, you're not gonna be bored. Promise you're not gonna be bored. Definitely very entertaining, because when I first watched it, I was like, oh no, they be doing these live actions and they don't be doing what it need to do. But that one, I can say 100% surprised me. Like, it was like they took elements from the anime, but they didn't make it like exactly the same, and they still found a way to keep it like intriguing, and like they made it realistic, obviously, because like, you know, humans. So yeah, definitely recommend. 10 out of 10. I think they got renewed for another season too, so I'm excited. But yeah, teenagers and up on that one, because like I said, there's still that underlying like they're getting off on gambling vibe, but it's not as bad. The next show I have is Building the Band on Netflix. Now look, y'all, I wanted someone else to watch this so bad so I could talk to them about it. So I got to talk to them about it, and nobody watched it. So I need y'all to go do me a favor and pull it up and watch it. This show is kind of like a competition show. Like, I guess you could say similar to like Love is Blind, but for a band. So pretty much it's these people, I'm not gonna say kids, because most of them were like in their early mid-20s. They were in these pods, and they're all there because they want to build a band. And you get to put these headphones on, you get to listen to the person that's out on the stage singing. You don't know what they look like, you just literally hear their voice. Obviously, if you want them in your band, you choose, you hit the little button or whatever, and from there, like, you have to get so many likes from people to continue into the competition. Once you go from there, you know, after a while, the people that you liked, you get to talk to them, see if you guys will be a good match, if it will work out, and then from there, you form your band. And when the band is formed, like, because I think you're only allowed to have like 6 bands. Once the bands are all formed, like, everybody else just goes home. So it is a process of elimination. I think they did it well by like the first few episodes. I think it was like the first episode, maybe like the first 2, really. It didn't take long for all the bands to get formed. Once they were all formed, it was a quick process, but it was just entertaining to watch everybody audition, because a lot of people, like, they didn't look like their voice, or like, it was surprising. It was like, whoa, that came out of you? I ate this show up, y'all. I ate this show up. I don't know, maybe it's because I've been in a music bag lately. Like, I was eating this show up. I recommend this if you like shows like The Voice, if you like Love is Blind, if you like really any type of reality competition type show. The only thing I wish they did a little bit more was dove into like the personal side and the rehearsals and practices a little bit. I think it was like only 8 episodes. I feel like they could have fleshed it out to 10. They could have made it a little longer. You know what I'm saying? So I 10 out of 10 recommend it. Like I said, if you like little competition reality shows, I think it was a good watch. I was just super surprised because, like the people in the pods, it was like hearing some of these people's voices, even though we could see them, it was like, you sound like that. It was crazy. It was actually insane. But yes, this is on Netflix. I definitely recommend it for all ages. It's appropriate for everybody. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but like I said, if you like music and you like the little competition shows and all that, where you get to like rank people and all that, this is definitely for you. The next show I have on my list is We Were Liars. Now, this one's actually on Prime Video. I don't think it's anywhere else. It got renewed for a season 2, so yay. Look, We Were Liars was one of the best shows that I have watched this year. So much so that I will be reading the book because it's based off of a book. So pretty much it's about this girl. Her name is Cadence Sinclair, okay? And her family's rich. They always go to this island for the summer. She meets this boy on the island and they become really close. And so it's like her and her cousins and they all like spend the summer together every year. This particular summer, something different happened, right? And she can't remember what happened on that particular summer because it like takes place between 2 different years. So like, I don't remember the years exactly, but let's just say one is 2016 and one is 2017. Like it shows her at 2017. She's like, well, I can't remember anything that happened last year. Right. So she's like trying to get her memory back. Like she looks completely different. It's like, bro, like what's going on? So it takes us back and forth between the years, like of what happened in 2016 and what happened in 2017, right? This show has the biggest plot twist known to man. And I actually almost cried. Like cinematic masterpiece. But like I said, takes you back and forth between the years. It's pretty much her just trying to piece together her memory, and that's why it bounces back and forth between both. But it's just so good. It has a good amount of romance in it, good amount of drama. You know, it got the family drama, like the rich family drama, you know what I'm talking about? Perfect. Has a nice little bit of spice element to it. And like, guys, it's so good. It's so good. And I wanted someone else to watch this show because I want someone to talk to about it so bad. Like, it was so good. You guys do not understand. That plot twist actually had me in here. I will never forget how I felt because I was doing my hair and I literally had to stop because I was like, bro, yeah, no. No, that's not right. That's not right. It was so good. 10 out of 10 recommend. Definitely probably for teenagers and up. I don't foresee a kid really being entertained by it because like I said, lots of family drama, rich family drama at that. And then like, you know, teenage angst drama with their parents, all the typical things. But it was so good. I'm actually very excited for season 2. Definitely recommend that one. It's on Prime Video. Please, y'all go check that one out. And if you watched it, let's talk about it in the comments because I need someone to talk to about it. And I'm sorry if we spoil it for other people. I'm so sorry. The next one I have on my list is Gentry Chow, and this one is on Netflix. This is actually an anime that one of my friends recommended to me. So pretty much it follows this girl named Gentry. When she was younger, she burned down a building because she has these weird fire powers and she doesn't really know where they came from. She just wants to live her life as a normal teenager, right? So she's, I think, at boarding school in Korea and her powers flare up and her grandmother's like, girl, you need to come home. It's your 16th birthday. Like, we gonna get this situated, you know? So pretty much follows her trying to learn how to control her powers and figuring out where her powers came from and everything. And then, of course, you know, it has the element of her parents that have passed away and she's trying to figure out what really happened to them and all this, that, and the third. Very dramatic, very like, oh, she has powers type situation. It's not for everybody, like I said, but it's good for all ages. But it was actually really good. I actually almost cried towards the end. I'm not gonna say why, but it hit the heart. It did hit the heart, and I understood. So it was good. I was actually very surprised for it to be an anime that's kind of supposed to be like kiddie-like because of the power element and like her just being a teenager and trying to control her powers. But like it got a little deep and I respect it. I don't really know how much else I could say without giving it away and without like confusing everybody. So it's just something you gotta watch the trailer, see if you like it. You might like it. If not, you might not. It's great for people who want to get into anime because I don't feel like it's like, it kind of almost feels like cartoon-like more so than anime. And yes, there is a difference. But to me, it feels kind of cartoon-like instead of an anime. So that's your speed. I definitely 100% recommend. I liked it. Like I said, the storyline was really great. And yeah. Next one I have is also an anime that one of my friends recommended to me. Same person who did Gentry Chow recommended this one. I have not finished it though. I haven't finished it. But from what I have gathered so far, I actually really love it. So it's called Sakamoto Days. It's pretty much about this guy who used to be an assassin, but then he falls madly in love with this woman, has a kid, and he's no longer an assassin. So he's just like chilling. Like, he sets his assassin ways all the way aside because she was like, look, we don't do that in this family. And my guy is on his knees for his wife. He is like, I'm not an assassin anymore. What are you talking about? I don't kill people. What? So his whole mantra is he does not kill people, even though he's like literally like the most lethal assassin ever. He ends up, dang, what happened? I think he got flagged or something for whatever. And some people try to come after him. And so pretty much he's trying to defend himself. but he not allowed to kill people because that's the family rule. So it just follows him like doing all of that, and like throughout the way he gains some friends, gains some people that end up being on his side, and it ends up being like a bigger thing than like what it actually is, like always. But that's as far as I could tell you guys, because I told you I didn't finish the series. I'm going to finish it though. I just haven't finished it, but I actually really loved it. I love the action-packed part of it. It was good. It was good. Okay, and I think that if you like action movies, you would like this action anime, because it is an anime. I don't know if I said that. You would like this action anime. I 10 out of 10 recommend for anybody who like shows like the night agent. And I just love how much the main character, Mr. Sakamoto, loves his wife, because he is like dead set. Even with the fact that these people are all trying to kill him, he's like, no, I don't kill people. Severely injures, but he does not kill nobody. And his wife is just like, I know you're not out here killing people. I know you're not out here doing it. And he's just like, no. Like, he's like so scared of his wife. And it's so funny. I'm like, you're scared of this old lady, and you could really just like I just don't understand. I just don't understand. The next one I have is The Hunting Wives, which is on Netflix. Now look, if you know, you know. This was by far one of the craziest shows I've ever watched this year. Like, We Were Liars was the best show. This show was absolutely insane. It's pretty much about these wives who are like wives of people who are, I guess, in like higher places, in like, well, not higher places. I don't like their own corporations, work for the sheriff's office, and they're running, doing the politician thing. Like their husbands are just rich, okay? They're wives of rich husbands, right? But they're in a country, small town, right? And it pretty much follows them, and they're just messy. These women are messy. It's not a reality show, by the way. It's not a reality show, but it's just like it follows them, and they're just messy. This new girl, she moves there. I forgot what the girl's name is. She moves there, and her husband has just taken a job somewhere, and he's like, oh yeah, like you should make friends with the wives. So she tries to make friends with the wives, and she makes friends with this one wife, and their friendship was given, are they really just friends, or is there something else underlying there? What is going on? Then the little girl, she get murdered, and it becomes like a whole thing. It's like, oh my gosh, who killed her? Our town is so small. Who would do such a thing? Da da da. So it pretty much follows them trying to figure out who killed this girl and why. And it like kind of unravels each of the wives' like secrets and what they have going on. And the new one that moved there, she gets accused of the murder, and it becomes a whole thing. And it's actually insane, y'all. It is insane. Now, forewarning, this show is not for everybody. It is not for everybody at all, y'all. It is not for everybody at all, okay? It is a very sexual show. I don't even know how we got here. I don't know how we got here. I actually recommended this to my mom. My mom was like, girl, what do you have me watch it? But it was good if she liked it. So my point is, it's not for everybody, definitely for mature audiences only. But if you like a good mystery, a good drama, a good who did it and why moment, a good, oh, these people aren't as innocent as you think moment, I definitely recommend. It's actually one of those shows that's kind of difficult to describe. It's like, you kind of just got to watch it and experience it, because y'all, when I tell you that entire series from start to finish is insane. Everything about it is insanity. Pure insanity. Like, these women are crazy. But I recommend it. Next on my list, I have Scandal. Now, look, guys, please, no, not too much on me. I'm late to the party. I know, I am late to the party. I was eating Scandal up for a minute. It took over my entire life for at least a month or two. I can't make this up. Do I even need to describe what Scandal is about? Everybody knows what Scandal is about. Pretty much it follows Olivia Pope. We know Olivia Pope. The Olivia Pope. She works at the White House. She fixes things, okay? She cleans up messes. For people who are in the government, for people who are in high up places, she is going to fix your problem. That is what she does. She fixes it. And on top of that, she's sleeping with the president. Why she doing it? Period. Now, look, guys, I was eating this show up. Like, I was deep into my political bag, okay? I felt like I was missing out. There's not much else I can say about this show. It's like, if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, you should watch it. You should definitely watch it. It's on Netflix, Hulu, Prime, and plenty more streaming services. So go check it out. But yeah, I understand. Like, it was definitely a legendary show. Like, I get why it's always hyped up. I used to watch How to Get Away with Murder. So like, that was my show. But I understand the scandal hype. My girl Olivia Pope, like, and it just makes me wonder, like, is there really someone like that in the world? Like, is that a thing? Is that a thing? But yeah, like I said, I don't know how else to describe it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you got to check out the show. I don't recommend it for everybody. Definitely teenagers and up, but it gives you a good love story, political situation, slight mysterious thing, thriller moment. 10 out of 10 recommend. It's great. So the last show I have on my list is Pop Star Academy, Cat's Eye. Now, one of my coworkers actually recommended this to me, and it kept popping up as "We'll Think You'll Love This." It's on Netflix. "We'll Think You'll Love This" situation, because I really loved building the band. So I thought it was gonna be like a similar thing, and honestly, I'm not a huge Cat's Eye fan. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna put it on as background noise. Got super intrigued, because why are they putting these girls through this aggressive, hardcore training? But this is like a thing. This is a thing. I didn't know that was how Cat's Eye formed. So I started it as background noise and ended up becoming really intrigued, because it's like, they have these girls, and it's a reality show, pretty much. They have these girls that they auditioned and they got into this place called the Dream Academy. And from there, they just train every day for 12 hours. They just train every day, vocals, dancing. What's the other thing? I think it was just vocals and dancing. They train like that, and then eventually, like, it turns kind of sort of into a competition. They go public. They say, oh, these are all the people. Then you got to have social media rankings, and then it turns into like, okay, we're gonna start grouping you, but we're still rating you individually. And it's like, who's gonna make it into the group, because there's only 6 spots. I got deeply invested into the show. I'm not gonna lie. I got deeply invested into the show. I got deeply invested into the conspiracy theories of Cat's Eye and whatnot. But I was just very surprised. Like, it was one of those shows where I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that this is what they do. Like, this is what they had to do to get into that group. And I have a whole complete other level of respect for the members who made it into Cat's Eye and the people who also didn't make it. Because it's like, you uprooted your life for like 2 years, because some of them were there for a really long time, and you didn't even make it. I would be sick. I would actually be sick. I definitely recommend it for everybody. It's a good watch for the family, really, if you want to watch it together. But like, guys, like, the show was just so insane. And like I said, I just have a completely different like viewpoint on Cat's Eye and everything now. And I'm just like questioning all these K-pop groups, because I'm like, is this what they have to go through? They go through this hardcore training all the time to be in a K-pop group? But it also was kind of insane getting to watch, like, the people grow. Like, we watched some of them start from the bottom and not be really that good at singing or dancing, and they just progressively grow. So it was great to watch. But yeah, I recommend for really the whole family. It's a good watch for anybody. If you like reality shows with kind of like a competition aspect to it, definitely recommend for that. Also, if you're a fan of Cat's Eye, it's a good watch, which I'm pretty sure all the Cat's Eye fans have probably watched it. If you're a K-pop fan, also another good watch, because it's very like K-pop type based. But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get as into it as I did, but I did. And we have made it to the end of my list. The sun has officially set. It's dark in my apartment. I'm so sorry. I know the lighting probably looks crazy. I brought out my ring light. I don't like using it, y'all. I prefer natural light, but we gotta do what we gotta do to stay consistent. Let me know if you watched any of these shows down in the comments down below. Let's discuss, let's talk, let's see. And let me know if you have any show recommendations for me to watch, because right now I'm kind of in a show slump. I don't know what to watch. Like, I don't know really what I'm like in the mood for, but I'm open to anything. Send me some recommendations. I'll check them out. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media, which is always in the description box down below. And I will also link the playlist to my other binge-worthy TV shows over here and down in the description box for your convenience. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
I want a chick that grind on a 9 to 5. Oh, she in them college books trying to get a rise. But tonight, I'm just trying to have a good